Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is boy Sam from Art Trading here, and today we're looking into NAKD, the fan favourite once again. I know, it has been a while. I have been very busy, so has Josh. It has been very hectic in our lives. I know we said that we'd be back properly after uni finished, but time just hasn't let us do that, and sometimes that is the case. But we are here now, and this has been an interesting stock the past couple weeks, really. The past couple weeks of trading, it has been very up and down. As you see, around the 6th, was that the 6th of March? You know, we saw this big upward trend. I think it's the 3rd of June, actually. We saw this big upward trend up to nearly $1. Actually, we did hit $1, but we didn't quite get there. And we saw the price action come down for NAKD, and it's slowly been coming down. We saw a slight, a sort of spike back up to the 0.7, but since then we've been back down to, you know, around the 0.58 mark, which is pretty much where we started, right? And where before we saw this massive climb up. Now, this ladder can happen again very easily, and obviously this could hit massive highs. You know, right now, NAKD is a ticking time bomb. We are waiting for PR. We are waiting for a lot of different factors for this stock to really skyrocket up. Now, as you can see, looking at the graph, we currently need to see the price action. We should see a breakout fairly soon. We have been in the bearish flag for quite a while now. You see this long bearish flag, and I think once we break out of this bearish flag, we will see some green and potentially start going back up to the 0.71 mark. We need to have volume behind us. At the moment, you see the volume right now is not good. 23 million volume. I mean, for normal stocks, it's all right, but for NAKD, that is weak. We've hit 100 million before. Like when we saw this massive skyrocket up, we saw the volume hitting hundreds of millions, and now we're in the 20 millions. And quite frankly, the naked shorts are having their way because there's not as much volume in the stock. So a lot of this volume is probably them trading and bringing the price down for NAKD. Now, it's not the be all and end all though. We're going to do a quick analysis here. So as you can see, we are trying to get into this upper bracket of being overbought on the BOLL. You can sort of see we have been trading pretty much in the lower bracket of the BOLL, which means it's oversold. But we are starting to climb back into this upper bracket, and hopefully we can continue on that trend upwards and break out of this bearish flag. You can see here on the exponential average, we are currently in the lower bracket of the exponential move average, but we are trying to break out into these upper brackets. We have just crossed over the 4th line of the exponential moving average, so that is a bullish indicator to potentially break out of this bearish cycle that we have been in for quite a while. Now, looking at the MACD as well, you see we have been very bearish, but we have seen a nice bullish crossover quite recently. So hopefully that is a sign of things to come for the upcoming trading day / week. You know, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, and I hope for the best. The RSI, again, talking about like the overbuying, it's been pretty mellow around the 54 mark as of recent. I mean, anything around 60 to 40 is pretty neutral. You won't see much price action happening from those levels of supply and demand. But if we do move up into this upper bracket, maybe into the 80s or even 70s, you will see some positive price action. And likewise, if it's 30 and 20, you'll see some negative price action. That's just how the market works. So we are edging towards now being overbought, and hopefully that will indicate in the price action. However, that is not the full picture, because we have to take into account all the naked shorts that have been taken out and have been utilized. You could just see here, it has been an absolute bloodbath. We've just seen a constant decline, partly our fault because the volume hasn't been there, partly the retail investors' fault because we have not had the buying power which we did have before. But that is no way, shape or form the full picture, because as we know, this is a ticking time bomb to explode. It doesn't really matter who's buying and who's selling, right? Because at some point this has to squeeze. They have to basically cash in on those shorts that they have taken out. That's why the DTC 005, which did get an extension, needs to come into play as soon as effectively possible. to see this stock go up in value. Now, I believe the DTC 005 was extended to take place on the 14th of August, I believe. Don't quote me on that, I may be wrong with that, but it is somewhere around that. And once that happens, that will be a very positive catalyst for NAKD to reach those new highs. Also, the NCS or NSCC 002 will also affect the likes of AMC and GME, which will consequently affect NAKD because there'll be more hype around the so-called meme stocks, right? So we are in a good spot. For anyone who thinks that NAKD is declining and are worried about their current positions because you may have bought in or added to your position at the 0.6, maybe even the $1 mark when we hit up there, do not panic, because we will get back up there, in my opinion, right? And this is all my opinion and not financial advice, so be sure to do your own due diligence as well. But this is my channel and this is my prediction, and I'm entitled to this. So I think that NAKD will see some nice positive price action. We are just waiting for the light at the end of the tunnel. We are nearing the end of the tunnel, but we're not quite there yet. We need to get some positive volume within this stock, and we need to see some positive price action, some positive movement from the NAKD army, the NAKD investors, and we need some PR from the big man himself, JDR. We need it to happen right now for this stock to move, in my opinion. So that is my take on NAKD's current situation. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. I know it's short, but keep it short, sweet, to the point, and I'll see you in the next video on the channel. Take care, everyone.